Someone asked me recently what I was passionate about, and I paused. Not because I didn't have an answer, but because I realized the answer I was about to give wasn't quite true. It was the answer I'd been giving for years, the one that sounded right, the one that made sense in a sentence. But underneath it, if I'm honest, there was a quiet flatness. Maybe you know that feeling. Not depression, not crisis, just flat. Like you're doing the right things in the right order and still waiting for them to mean something. Here's what I want to offer you today. That flatness isn't emptiness. It's a signal. I want to start by telling you something nobody said to me when I was trying to figure out what I cared about. Follow your passion is genuinely terrible advice, not because passion isn't real, but because it assumes you already know what yours is. Most people don't, and the reason most people don't isn't because they're broken or shallow or haven't thought about it enough. It's because nobody ever taught them how to look. That's what we're doing today. Not a quiz, not a vision board, not a list of adjectives to circle. A real look at your own life for what's already there. Before we go looking for your passion, we need to agree on what we're actually looking for. Because the word passion has been stretched so far, it's almost meaningless. Here's the definition I want you to hold on to. A passion is a recurring pull towards something that exists independently of reward, recognition, or outcome. You don't do it because it impresses people. You don't do it because it's profitable. You do it because something in you keeps moving toward it, whether you invite it or not. That's different from an interest. An interest is curious. A passion is compelled. An interest asks questions. A passion loses track of time. And most people, if they're honest, have confused the two their whole lives. They've been chasing interests and wondering why they feel like they haven't found their passion yet. The person who has always been drawn to music, who plays when no one is listening, who hears rhythm in conversations, who can't watch a film without noticing the score. That's not a hobby waiting to be monetized. That's a passion waiting to be recognized. This is where the draft framework begins. The first step is the dump, getting everything out before you try to make sense of any of it. And for passion, the dump takes a specific form. I call it the Passion Audit. 3 questions, and I want you to actually answer them, either now, pausing the video, or writing alongside it. Question 1. What did you love doing at age 10, before you knew what was practical? Before anyone told you what was impressive? Before you understood what careers were? Before you started performing for an audience? What did you just do because you wanted to? That question matters more than people realize. Passion has a long memory. The things that lit you up at 10, before self-consciousness arrived, before you knew what was worth wanting. Those are some of the most reliable data points you have. Not because you should do the same thing now, but because the quality of that pull, the way it felt, the way time moved, that's the feeling you're looking for. Question 2. What topic could you talk about for hours without preparing? Not what you know most about, what you can't stop talking about once someone opens the door. There's a difference. Question 3. What do you do that makes you lose track of time? Psychologists call this flow, the state of complete absorption in a task where self-consciousness disappears and time loses its shape. Flow is one of the most reliable markers of passion that exists. Not excitement, not motivation, absorption. If you have something in your life, even something small, even something you've been dismissing as frivolous, that reliably puts you in flow, that is significant information. Write it down, all of it. Don't edit, don't qualify. The dump step has no filter. Now, before we go further, I want to spend a moment on a distinction that I think changes everything. The difference between an interest and a passion. Most people have plenty of interests. They enjoy travel. They like cooking. They find psychology interesting. They're curious about design. Interests are wonderful. They make life rich. But interests are not compasses. A passion, a real one, has a specific quality to it. It returns. Even when you ignore it, even when you tell yourself it's not practical. Even when life gets busy and you haven't touched it in years, it keeps showing up in what you read without being told to, in the conversations that make you forget you're tired, in the thing you do on a Saturday morning before the rest of the world wakes up. If something in your life does that, comes back to you uninvited, repeatedly, across years, that is your compass. Even if it doesn't look like a career, even if nobody else understands it, even if you've been dismissing it as not serious enough. Here's where we get honest. You may have done the passion audit and felt something stir, a memory, a topic, a quality of attention you recognize from somewhere in your past. And then the next thought arrived. But I can't do anything with that. That's not practical. That ship has sailed. Other people do that. Not me. That gap between what lights you up and how you're currently spending your life has a name. In the draft framework, after the dump comes refine. The passion gap is your first act of refining. The passion gap is the distance between what energizes you and what you're actually oriented toward. And here's what matters about it. The gap isn't a failure. It's not evidence that you chose wrong, or wasted your life, or that it's too late. It's a map. It shows you exactly where the drain is coming from. Why Sunday nights have a particular weight. Why certain weeks leave you emptier than the hours you spent should explain. The passion gap doesn't mean your life is wrong. It means there's a distance worth measuring and potentially worth closing. Knowing the gap exists is the beginning of being able to do something about it. You can't navigate distance you haven't measured. So what do you do with what you've surfaced? This is where the full draft framework comes in. You've done the dump, the passion audit, the 3 questions, the honest look at your history. Now comes refine. Refine means looking at everything you dumped and asking one question. What keeps coming back? Not what sounds the best, not what's most impressive, not what you could build a career around. What has shown up repeatedly across years in different forms, regardless of whether you invited it. That recurring thread, that's the one worth following. From there, align. Does this thread connect to the values you identified in week 2 of this series? Because passion without values, alignment is enthusiasm without direction. The two have to talk to each other. Then, focus. Choose one thread. Not 5, not 2. 1, and give it 30 minutes this week. Not a business plan, not a pivot. 30 minutes of honest attention. And finally, tend. Passion isn't found once and kept forever. It's tended. Like the gardening hands from last week. You press the soil, you come back, you protect the small thing before it's large enough to protect itself. I want to leave you with one question. And unlike most questions, This one doesn't require you to have the answer now. It just requires you to sit with it. What would you do with a completely free Tuesday if nobody would ever know? Remove the audience. Remove the outcome. Remove the judgment of anyone who might find out. What would you actually do? The answer that comes, unguarded, a little embarrassing maybe, smaller than you expected, or stranger, that is the thread worth following. Here's what I know about passions. They don't announce themselves. They don't arrive with instructions. They leave traces in what you reach for, in what you can't stop reading about, in the small choices you make when nobody's designing your life for you. You're not finding something new. You're recognizing something old. And this, the work of naming what lights you up, is the first piece of a bigger map we're building together over the next few weeks. If you want to go deeper, the draft framework reference card is linked below. Leave your answer in the comments. The thing you'd do on that free Tuesday if nobody would ever know. Until next time, keep drafting.